Hey guys, it's Tile Mania Day. That's right, we're going to be getting down and dirty and talking about tiling kitchen floors. Not literally, but in a dream world maybe. In fact, we're going to be talking about my kitchen. So when you see the word tile, maybe you know what that means, maybe not, but let's just catch everyone up to speed. So these are examples of tile. Maybe you have some in your house, maybe you've seen them in the school, maybe you've seen them in the bathroom. Places where typically we don't want water to cause problems on the floor, we put tile. So that's why in bathrooms and kitchens they're really popular. But one of the things I want to point out here is that each of these tiles counts as one tile. Doesn't matter how small or big or what size they are, they count as one tile. Even these ones that make up some bigger patterns, they need several tiles to make up the pattern, and they can be all sorts of different shapes, okay? So here's the problem today that we're going to work on. Up in the corner here, you can take a look. I want to tile my kitchen floor. The kitchen floor is 12 feet long by 10 feet wide. I want to buy 1 square foot tiles. How many tiles do I need? So first things first, what do we want to know here? We want to know that I want to tile my kitchen floor. So we know that I'm going to be talking about my kitchen floor, and we know the size of it. We know it's 12 feet by 10 feet, okay? And I also know that I want to buy tiles that are 1 square foot in area. So the question is, how many tiles do I need? So I'm not looking for an area, I'm not looking for a perimeter, I'm looking for how many tiles. So we have some information given to us that when I tell you to do perimeter or area problems, I always tell you to draw a picture. This is a great example of it. So I'm going to grab my marker and let's make my kitchen, I like greens, let's do green. And we know that my kitchen is 12 feet long by 10 feet wide. Now in real life, that's not the size of my kitchen, but in my dream world, that's what it would be in this example. So let's draw a kitchen with 12 feet wide. So let's start here. I'm going to use my squares to help me. Now in the past, we've talked about how each of our squares are 1 centimeter square in area. Well, today we're going to consider them 1 foot square in area, okay? It works out really handy. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 feet in length. And now we want the width of it, which would be 10. Now you could do this the other way too. I'm doing it this way because I'm going to run out of space otherwise. So let's count 10 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's my 10. Now, cool thing we know about rectangles is it's taking on a rectangular shape, is that opposite sides are equal to each other. So I'm just going to finish off my kitchen here. So that is my kitchen, which is 12 feet by 10 feet. Now, you know that the area of a rectangle, because we kind of need to find the area, and we know that because it talks about the size of tiles I need. So we know the area of a rectangle is equal to base times height, or length times width. We could call this the base, we could call this the height, we could call that the base, we could call it the height, okay? So our area of our rectangle is equal to 12 times 10, and some quick math in our heads would mean that it would be an area of 120 feet square. All right, so I'm going to write that off to the side because we're going to need that number 120 feet square. Okay, so I'm just going to jot it down here. So that is the area or the space inside my kitchen, and I need to know how many tiles am I going to be using that are 1 square foot in area in order to cover my entire kitchen, okay? So the good thing is that they already give us the area of the tile. So Mr. Nutty went to the store with me and he picked out these really cool yellow tiles, and he thought they would look great in my green kitchen. And so the good thing, remember, is that one of these, or each square here, because remember each square is equal to 1 foot square, or 1 square foot. So we have these tiles, and so what we could do if you were actually doing this, and I recommend doing it with graph paper. If you don't have graph paper, you can certainly make your own graph paper by just drawing the lines. But one thing that we could do is we could simply just count out how many 1 square foot tiles we need. Well, we know we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 just in that row, right? Because we have 12 feet going across and each one is 1 square foot. We'd also know we need 10 going down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So if you wanted to, you could tile this entire thing with these little squares, and if you do some simple math, 12 times 10 would give you 120 tiles that you need, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 going across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 going down. So if you completely tiled your whole thing and you counted them all up, or you just did some simple math, 12 times 10, you would need 120 tiles. So it's helpful to draw a picture for things like that, including the size of your tile. Now let's step it up a notch and make it a little bit trickier. We still have the same kitchen, and this time we want to use 6-inch tiles, because for whatever reason that day I was feeling crazy and I found some really good tiles. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, I found some really good tiles that are only 6 inches. They're not a square foot. So we're keeping our same dimensions. This is 12 foot and this is 10 foot. Okay? Now before we talked about how our tiles were 1 square foot, but now they're 6 inches. Let's switch colors for you here. But now there's 6 inches. And what do we know about the relationship between 1 foot and 12 inches? Well, 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, and half of that is equal to 6 inches. So really, instead of using 1 foot squares now, and I'm using 6 square inch tiles, instead of it being the square tiles, the 1 square foot, now they're only taking up half the space that they did before, because they're 6 inches, not 12 inches square. Okay? So if you think about it, that would be 2. I'm going to roughly draw these in for you. It would be 2 per box that we drew before. So if we were to count these all the way out, I'm just really roughly doing this right now, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So now we have 24 going across. And then going down, we would need, that's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and we'd have 20 going down. So you could do some math and do 20 times 24, okay? So you could get your answer that way. Or go back to the other one and know that 120 tiles is what you needed with 12-inch square tiles. So what if we just did 120 times 2? Because we're dividing the tiles that we need into half. So we need to double the amount of tiles because we have a smaller space. So it would be 240 tiles needed, okay? So some complicated problems. Thanks for helping me tile my kitchen. Go back and watch it over if you're confused. We'll see you later.